just taking a couple of objects from the collection sent in. And by the way, I doubt these have ever been printed. But looking at what people sent in, this is a children's rhyme. When it hasn't rained for a long time, is there one in English? Rain, rain, go away. Now that's when there's too much rain. But what happens when it doesn't rain? This is one for that. Gott, Gott, gib a Regen, von die kleine Kindeswegen, I bei Tag, I bei Nacht, alle Lodens zugemacht, nit kein Sach, nit kein Bissel, nor a fulle Schissel. Right? God, God, give rain for the little children's sake. Not by day, not at night. All the shutters are closed. Not a lot, not a little, but a whole bowl. That was a children's rhyme, which, by the way, also, that is a genre that people could themselves send in, that they remembered from their childhood. They didn't even have to go to children. This is a song. It's Bruder sag, wie heißt der Tag, wenn wir alle sein freilich, der Yiddish, der Yiddele, der Schöne, der Kuschere, der Reiner, ist doch dan am Melech. Well, I can tell by the Yiddish that it's a Litvak. I actually know this song. I mean, it actually was composed in the 1880s, but they didn't know that. Maybe Khan knew it, I don't know. It's no melody, so now it actually continues to be sung, so we know the melody. But it's hundreds of these. I mean, it's fantastic material. This song, Bruder Sag, is really a song for the Sabbath. Tell me what's the most beautiful. When is the Jew the happiest? It's when the Sabbath comes. Shabbos allein kommt zu gehen. Seidje freilich alle. Tanz Kinder, jeder Basinder. Lekuve der heilige Kala. Shabbos itself has arrived. Everyone be happy. Dance, children. Everyone separately, on their own, in honor of the holy bride. The bride being the Sabbath. Und wer es lacht und Chäusek macht, von der Kala mit den Chossen. Jene Vetake kriegen a Make auf der Sudes Leviusen. Whoever laughs at this and makes fun of it, of this bride and groom, they will eat a Make, a plague, but literally in Yiddish means nothing. You know, they're not going to get any of the reward, in other words, when the Messiah comes, in other words. It's an interesting song, and I'm not sure there are official recordings of that. We have to check with the sound archives at YIVO, but also a very interesting song. Okay, one more, okay? Fortunately, I can read these. I'm pretty good at reading handwriting. Okay, but here you see, 80 und 70 Sie. Now this is a song everyone says, Heint akkurat geworden, 80 Jahre. This is by Mark Warshawski. So the people didn't know what was a folk song, what was not. I mean, this is an early 20th century song, maybe late 19th century song, but it was pretty well known who the author was. But the people who recorded it didn't know that. They sent in what they heard. The YIVO Ethnographic Commission didn't really have time to answer everybody. I mean, and that's a lot of the Zamler letters are like asking, well, what do you think? What did you think of what I sent in? Should I continue? What is it worth it? I mean, they tried to answer, and Max Weinreich wrote hundreds of letters in return, but they couldn't satisfy everyone. They wanted to be approved of. They wanted to hear a good word from the central office. It's a fascinating correspondence.
These songs that were composed, and who they were composed by, how did you think they reached these folks? That they were so well known that maybe they didn't themselves know where it came from.
In the older days, before radio, before technology, the singer would have had to have gone from one town to another, sing it to someone, they sing it to someone else. It was oral transmission. By the 20th century, you already have records and recordings, and people sing these songs, and so it's already mass media comes into it.
There are plenty of songs that are popular that I know, that I have zero doubt in my mind, not folk songs. Any popular song I know. I mean, I guess it just goes to show the sort of media landscape, as you were saying, that a song could seem like a folk song, but actually it was written 15 years ago. It's hard to wrap my mind around, actually.
I mean, from current folklore scholarship, we try not to emphasize the fact that we know who the author is. Mm-hmm. More important is the performance of the song. If we're in a small group and you sing 80 und 70 Sie, that's a folk song. Let's look at all the anonymous folk songs. Someone did write them, mm-hmm. right? I mean, we don't know who the author is, but someone somewhere wrote them. So all songs have an author at some point. So that criteria is sort of debatable. More important is that it was known as a folk song. It was sung as a folk song. Mm-hmm. And people, they didn't know the author, then what's the difference? It was sung in a folk style. It was, that gets into other criteria?